Policy for liver distribution is now available for review. The organization that oversees the nation's organ transplant network today released the full content of a proposal that would revamp the liver distribution network in an attempt to make it more equitable. In releasing the full proposal, after outlining it to reporters last week, the Organ Procurement and Transplantation Network also began a 2-month public comment period for the potential policy changes. The proposal redraws and reduces the 11 districts within which livers are currently gathered and distributed, and creates 8 new mathematically optimized districts that have a better ratio of donated livers to people waiting for them. Under the current system of 11 districts, which were created in the late 1980s when there were just 5 centers doing liver transplants compared with more than 100 now, a wide disparity in that ratio exists. The result is that in some districts with a better ratio of livers to patients, the average model for end-stage liver disease score at the time of transplant is 23 on a scale of 6 to 40, with 40 being the most unhealthy. That compares to some districts where the average MELD score is 35, meaning patients in those districts are typically much sicker when they get a transplant. Concern over the new proposal had some districts with a better ratio of livers to patients worried that they would lose out under the new district configuration. In response, the proposal also creates a proximity area that gives 3 additional MELD points to people on the waiting list who live within 150 miles of a donor's location. Using that, the number of livers that would stay within the redrawn districts would be about 95%. According to statistical models the committee used. Even so, nationally the variance between the average MELD score at transplant would be cut roughly in half. That means there should be fewer very ill patients getting liver transplants, resulting in better long-term outcomes. In the public comment period for the proposal, OPTN asks, as it always does with new proposals, for anyone and everyone to comment, but particularly transplant candidates, who are most affected by policies, OPTN says on its website, and transplant professionals. OPTN says every comment, all of which are made public under a desire to be transparent, is considered before the final policy is voted on. A final policy vote could be a year or more away after the public comment period.